Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about perceiving our achievements the right way. And I think it's something that all of us lack of, because I think we often tend to shrink and minimize our achievements, even if at one point this achievement is everything we've ever wanted and everything we desired. Whether if it's a new job we wanted to get into, whether it's winning in a competition we always wanted to, whether it's getting certain amount of money or getting into a certain relationship, getting married, etc., getting promotion. You get the idea. So I feel like the human mind works in a way where everything that is not in our possession yet and we desire it, it seems like the human mind works in a way where we want something, we want to achieve a certain goal or a certain summit, and we devote our life to it, our everything, and by the time we get there, we tend to forget why we wanted it in the first place. And once we have what we wanted in our hands, we tend to always think, okay, I got it, I'm happy, not as happy as I thought I would be, but now I want more. And this is how human minds work. If you want a certain amount of money, then you're getting that amount of money. Okay, but you can have more. Then why won't have more? Or you're getting that promotion in work, you're happy, but then after a while you get used to it, then you want more. And I think it's important for us to remember why we wanted to achieve a certain thing in the first place, and when we achieve it and accomplish what we wanted, we should perceive it the right way and remember that a while ago this is exactly what we wanted. I feel like also another thing that relates to that is that as time goes by, we tend to gain more experiences, we develop, we evolve, we have new goals that we want to achieve, and that makes our previous goals and our previous desires feel smaller, and maybe that's why we tend to minimize them. Maybe something that you always wanted at one point in your life is no longer your biggest desire as it used to be. So once you get it, you take it for granted. And if I can say as an example, in my life, 5 years ago, I really wanted to come to Europe and to study music here, because I'm a guitar player and I wanted to tour Europe. I wanted to meet more people and have big shows in front of thousands of people. And right now, that's actually what's happening. I had a few tours in Europe that I had really big shows in front of thousands of people. I met so many people. I've been to new countries, and this summer we're gonna tour again. It's gonna be crazy. And I'm at the end of my bachelor. I'm gonna finish in 2 months. And this is something I always wanted, but looking back 5 years ago, it feels like it's something that I once desired more than I am now, when I'm this close to getting it. And some of it I actually do. I'm this close to getting my bachelor, and I'm already performing, and I'm doing what I always wanted to do, which is touring around Europe and making people happy and be a part of a music doing within the industry. And sometimes it's hard to remind myself that, because as I'm here doing it, I can feel also all of the hard things that it brings with it. The things maybe that I don't like doing, maybe the things that I couldn't see 5 years ago when I just dreamed about being here. But when we dream about stuff, I think we tend to always see the shiny stuff and not like what it requires from us in order to get here and maintain it as well. So yeah, maybe you can think of something that you once wanted and it was your biggest dream. And maybe now you have that thing, but you no longer feel as excited or as proud of yourself. But just try to remember that if you would tell your 5 years ago self about what you have now, how would they react? I know that if I told myself 5 years ago about where I am now, it would be everything I've ever wanted. And I am working on that, it's something that it's really hard to work on, but I feel like we tend to look at experiences and achievements like that the right way only a few years later. I think our mind can process achievements and experiences fully only months, years, and sometimes even more after they happen. I feel like also another point to mention is that we as human, we always strive for more. We always want more. We're never satisfied in what we have. And if you are a person that is actually satisfied, then good for you. But I think as a human species, we always want to move forward, whether it's technology, whether it's socially, we want to move up the ladder, whether it's at work or whatever. But we always want to move forward and get the big next thing, the big next place, the big next achievement that will make us feel good about ourselves again. And I also think this is another good point to touch, that I learned about myself, that if I want to achieve something that is meaningful instead of something that is less meaningful but more exciting, then once I get there, I kind of feeling disappointed, or like feeling that it's not fulfilling me as much as I thought it would, But on the other hand, if I get something that it is meaningful to me, of course also fulfilling, but it's more meaningful and has more meaning to who I am and my process that I'm doing, then once I get it and once I achieve it, it also makes my way there more fun. And once I achieve it, I can also perceive it as a more meaningful and fulfilling thing than just a shallow experience. And I feel like also another thing that we tend to do, all of us, is to compare ourselves to other people, especially today with social media. All we see on social media is everybody else's life and everybody else's achievements, and in social media almost everyone, all they post is just their achievements. So in our minds we always think, oh, the other ones are so successful, and the other ones in your field, whatever you do, the other one is a better musician, the other one is a better cook, the other one is a better actor, the other one is a better friend, whatever. And I feel like this is really makes us shrinking our own achievements and think that we are always a few steps behind everybody else. One thing that helped me with it, it's something that I work on like really only recently, and I still lack of, but one thing that helped me with it is try and feel gratitude over the small wins I have in my day, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's playing guitar, whether it's doing my homework, or whether it's doing anything that I told myself I'm gonna do today and I did it. That way I feel that I can build myself a sense of gratitude to the small things in my life, in a way that I'm laying a brick over a brick over a brick, and that creates a big or a bigger amount of gratitude at the end of the day, and it makes me feel like I achieved something during my day, even if those achievements are really small, and that makes me also appreciate the big achievements in my life once I get them. I feel like also another thing that is worth mentioning is we should value imperfection and progress over perfection, because as I said, we tend to compare ourselves to everybody else besides ourselves. What if the progress we made in the last 4 years over something is so big, Maybe we didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve, but in those 4 years, 5 years, or whatever period of time, we managed to improve so much in that one thing that we really wanted, or go so close towards our goal, that sometimes we tend to forget that, that sometimes we tend to forget the person that we've become in order to achieve the point that we are, although we didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve. But on the way, we gained so much more. Let's say you wanted to achieve a new goal, and maybe you set yourself a 5 years time period to achieve it, but maybe you didn't, but on the way you became a stronger person, you became more independent, you learned a few skills that will help you go on with life, go through in life, you made new friends, you became more resilient, and maybe you learned more about yourself. Those things are priceless. And I think it's also more fulfilling to look at it that way because, as I said before, once you get to a point where you achieved what you once wanted to achieve, the human mind is often looking at it differently. I remember Rodney Mullen, a skater, a legendary skater, once said, achieving a certain achievement and getting a certain achievement will often quench the fire that got you there. Something along those lines. But this is what he said, and that is really a good sentence, a true sentence. And I think also another thing that is important to mention is our failures and setbacks. Because without setbacks and without failures, we cannot move forward. You know, we are not machines, we are human, and we need to have setbacks and failure in order to grow and move forward. In my book, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And just know that everybody has failures, everybody have bad days, everybody have setbacks. But at the end of the day, if you move forward in a general direction, then that's all that matters, you know. Of course, if you achieved what you wanted to achieve, then it's great, good for you. But even if not, don't be so hard on yourself. And this is something that I also reminding myself. And it's a daily work as well, you know. Yeah, and I guess that's what I wanted to talk about. I don't have a lot to say about it, but I think it's an important point. So I guess one tip for me to you will be to do what I do. I practice it a little bit, but it helps me. Try to celebrate the small achievements in your life, you know. The small achievements. Try to set small goals every day and try to stick to them and try to achieve them, you know. And once you do that, and once you appreciate those small goals, you manage to create a sense of gratitude within yourself to your accomplishments, even if they're not so big, you know. It can be reading 10 pages out of a book that you always wanted, or it can be doing sports, or it can be going for a walk, or it can be doing a certain amount of homework that you wanted to do today, or it really can be whatever. But just challenge yourself and try to give yourself a good word over the small achievement, no matter how small it is. And of course, it goes also the other way around. When you achieve a big goal, try to think what yourself 5 years ago would say about your achievement today. I promise you that your answer will probably be that you would be so excited that you wouldn't even believe yourself. So yeah, I guess that's it, you know. I don't know, the words didn't came too fluently today, but I try to make one of these every day, so I'm getting better, I guess. But I hope I gave you some food for thought. I hope I gave you some food for thought, you know. And yeah, I'll continue my day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, please do. Thank you.